What's up everybody, I hope you're all doing well and having a great day. Welcome to part 2 of the Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood series. First thing I want to do is say a massive thank you for all your support on the first part of this series, part 1 that came out last week. Thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, watching the video, the interaction in general in that video was so good. And things like that really help with like the YouTube algorithm. They see interaction and they promote it to more people. So it really does help like me, the channel, and it gives me the motivation to keep the series going. So thank you so much for that. And with that out of the way, let's get straight in to Stormblood Part 2. So the last video ended, we just got to Kugane and climbed the tower. That's kind of how we wrapped up the last one. And I think I mentioned in the last one that I had a bit of a pacing problem with Stormblood. I found the first like big section of the game to be a bit of a real slow build and slow burn, and I felt trapped, a bit like a goldfish in a goldfish bowl. I just felt real trapped, like I couldn't get out there and do anything. I just felt like I was just getting constant story and getting positioned from person to person, and it definitely made me worry about this expansion. It has picked up massively, which we're going to go over this video, and I'm loving the expansion so far. But I just wanted to go back and say, not all of Kugane was bad. Some of the stuff was really cool, like meeting these guys, the Namazu, meeting the turtle people, and some of the cool characters here was really good. But in the first video, I think I just said, Kugane, bad. Let's move on. But no, that's not the case. There was some good parts in hindsight, but I definitely felt a little trapped and suffocated in here. But it is getting a lot better. So let's move on to post Kugane. So yeah, as soon as you get out of the city, the zones are just so nice. I think I really liked Heavensward, the cold and the icy, and I don't know, the whole atmosphere was amazing. But it's really nice to come out here and just be on like this big open beach with the sea, and you unlock the diving, and everything like that was just kind of a shock, because you are kind of in these cold and you know, Heavensward's all about being at war and struggling, and everything felt very dramatic. So you don't really take in the zones as much as I have done in Stormblood. And like just swimming around here and looking around, some of these areas are just phenomenal. So yeah, I really like the look of Stormblood now. I've finally, you know, got my teeth into it. And one of the first things we did here is, I think it's an optional dungeon, I'm not sure, Shisui of the Violet Tides. This was like an underwater dungeon at the bottom of the ocean, kind of tucked away. Wow. Yeah. Wow. First off, the soundtrack to this, incredible. The idea of being in like a bubble at the bottom of the ocean in like this trapped underwater palace was just amazing. The dungeon itself was pretty straightforward. It was fine, you know. It was a pretty cool dungeon. But the soundtrack, the atmosphere, and the idea of putting this hidden dungeon at the back, right at the back in the corner of the map, in like a bubble. I thought it was just so cool. Like when I got there, I was really shocked. So this was a really cool dungeon for me. And I think I said in the last video, it feels like the production value on Stormblood is just that much higher. They could have just done this as a cave. This could have just been some cave in the middle of somewhere, or it could have just been some instance piece of content where you just click a portal and go there. But to have to go down the ocean, swim all the way down like this, like Marriott, what's it called, the trench, the big trench, the big scary dark trench underwater, and then to find this castle, this like city or temple in a bubble, was just so cool. And then you feel like you're in that bubble as you play through this dungeon. Yeah, I really appreciate this. Really cool dungeon, and the story behind it as well was really interesting. So I think this is the second dungeon I've done now in Stormblood, and it's really impressed me. It just feels like a massive step up on Heavensward. Where Heavensward felt like an extension of ARR, this feels like its own thing. It's like they've not just made it a little bit better, they've like made it hands down, stand out, amazing. So yeah, any issues you might hear me say about the pacing, just know all the content, you know, the monsters, the fights, the dungeons, I'll be talking about the trial soon, are blowing me away. They're so good. So yeah, this dungeon was a big win in my book. Also, old. This is really funny. This is really, really cool. Really cool mechanic on the boss. Really cool idea. I like this. And then a phrase you might not have heard in a while. And then we went fishing, and not just any fishing. We went spear fishing. So this was something people have been talking about for so long. Oh, Marty, just wait until you unlock spear fishing. You're gonna love it. And yeah, you were right. You're right. This is really, really cool. I feel like they took fishing and they took the other gathering professions and said, you know, now kiss, because they basically turned fishing into mining, right? I think it was a very, very cool idea. I don't know if they build on it more going into the next expansions. I've nearly maxed my fishing now. I'm nearly 80. I love fishing. But yeah, this seems really cool. You know, you click an underground node and then you fish it like as if it was like a mining node. And there's like different things you can get. Very, very cool, but there's like a timed element to it as well. I thought this was really cool. I will share one thing that if you've been in any of my streams over the last few days, I made this very apparent. I have a big fear of like the deep ocean. If you imagine like my worst experience in the world, it was playing Subnautica. So I've got a real fear of the ocean. So this was painful. This was a real struggle. It was a struggle being this far underwater doing things like this. But we got through it. I mean, the things I do for fishing, right? So yeah, I think I'm definitely having a bit of trouble with the deep ocean stuff, but luckily there's no like underwater fighting, so to speak, just yet. It's mostly go down, find a quest, and do a bit of fishing. Anybody else have that problem? I don't know what it's called. Someone told me what it was called on stream. I can't remember. Anyone else have that fear of the ocean, like deep ocean, especially when it's like dark? Yeah. Anyone else struggling, or is it just me? And then something that I definitely don't struggle with, something that I love, is how Final Fantasy XIV handled their events. I've never seen an MMO handle events like this with as much care and attention and content as this. I think the event where like you meet the bard and you get the whole like the bard talks to you as you know you've done that event, right, where the bard comes out of the screen and talks to you, it like breaks the fourth wall. That was so cool. And then the summer event where you get the polar bear, that was pretty cool. But none of them were on this level. I've played 15. I played it like, I need to finish it. I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. And I think 15 is an incredible game. And the characters are so good. Like, you know, the edgy boy band going around in the car. Really cool game. The giant primals. I like how the primals are more giant monsters in the world rather than summons as such in 15. I think 15 is a really cool game. So having the mix up between 14 and 15 was really cool. And if you've played 15, a big part of it was like camping and cooking and just spending time with the characters on like a more personal level. And if you've played 15, most of your time probably isn't fighting. It's probably things like this, like the interactions between like Prompto and Noctis and all the other characters at the campfire and in the car and things like that. So to have that with your own character was kind of special. I guess this might be lost on you if you haven't played 15, but hopefully you still enjoyed this event. I really loved it. I was shocked at how good a job they did with it. And if it was just this alone and, you know, you get his outfit, that would have been cool. But they actually put like personalized trials in as well, which, wow, these were just so good. And if you'd have told me, you know, you get to fight like Final Fantasy XV's version of Garuda with Noctis, I'd have said, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a really cool idea. But then you have like the Final Fantasy XV warp attack, where like you teleport to the enemy, do the attack, and then zip back out. I mean, it kind of feels like playing a Dragoon, right? It kind of feels like playing a futuristic Dragoon. But that's how the fighting works in 15. So it was really cool. I really like this. Coolest moment right here. You get sucked into Garuda's vortex, and you have to smash this like time maneuver. Oh man, I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't expecting this. Watch me mess it up as well. I didn't realize you could use the keyboard. I was using my mouse. But then you get the awesome warp attack. Oh man. I love Noctis. So cool. Oh, I think me and Noctis are best friends now. Sorry, me and Noctis are best friends. And as a man who has spent literal days, more than my fair share of time in the Golden Saucer, getting the car was no problem. It was a small dint on the MGP horde. So yeah, I went straight to the saucer and got this car. I've been looking forward to this car since I first started playing 14. People have been talking about, you know, this car since the very first video I put out maybe 3 months ago, and I unlocked the Golden Saucer. People said, "Yo, save your points. The car's coming. Save your points. You need to buy the car." And you were right. I saved up and I got the car, and I'm so happy. This was so cool. And you get the 15 music as well. What a really cool crossover. Really cool idea. And it's nice to finally have my license. I apologize for the sight you're about to see. We did an event on stream, a 12-hour stream, and one of the rewards I set up was that you could pick my outfit for the day. I apologize that you have to see this. Please don't judge. This was not my intention. I never asked for this. But yeah, we had to spend the day as a Golden Saucer bunny. I didn't realize how crazy and silly this would look back in a story cutscene. But here we are. Well. And one thing we did on this 12-hour stream was we did a race. We did a race to the top of Kugane Tower, which was really fun. It was really cool. I of course came fashionably towards the bottom end of the race. I need to master my skills and get up this tower faster, because yeah, I was slacking climbing this tower. And apparently I don't have the clip because I'm a fool. I'm a damned fool who doesn't record stuff properly. But we did make the lamppost jump. We did make the lamppost jump. I'm not making it up. I made it. It's on Twitch somewhere. I'll try and get the clip from Twitch and put that up somewhere. Maybe it's like a short. I don't know. But yeah, I made the lamppost jump to my second attempt. Technically, on my first jump, if you've seen the Kugane Tower video, I forgot to jump. I ran all the way to the end and pressed the jump button too late. So I didn't technically jump. So you could say that I got on the lamppost on my first jump, because it was the only time I actually managed to jump. But you know, we can say first or second time. I'll take second place. I'll take the second time. Now, let's talk about the villains in Stormblood. So far, I've been introduced to Xenos and Yotsuyu, and the woman from the start. I can't remember her name. But yeah, Yotsuyu is a phenomenal character in my opinion. She's like ruthlessly evil for the sake of being evil, and she has a way of toying with people and of. There was the bit where she asked the villager to kill somebody, and then he killed like his fellow villager, and then she said, "Now turn on your parents," and then obviously he didn't. And I think that was such a dark and cool moment that makes you really kind of fear and look forward to seeing this character again. And obviously, if there are certain people in the world that would love to be that would love to be Gusetsu right now. Not me, of course, not me. But for everything I like about Yotsuyu, not being stepped on, everything I like about Yotsuyu as a villain, I don't like Xenos at all. Like, really don't. I think Xenos, I think Xenos is not great. I'm struggling to care about Xenos. Every interaction we've had with him has been kind of flat. Like, you meet him at the start of Stormblood, and then I've just met him again, and he kind of toys with you, and I get what they're trying to do with Xenos. I get how they're writing him, and I get the story they're trying to tell with Xenos, but I'm not a fan. I think they've kind of watered down a really cool looking character. So I'm so glad we've got Yusetsu. Yusetsu? Yotsuyu? Yeah, I'm so glad we've got her in Stormblood, because I think she's carrying it. She's carrying the villain title on her shoulders, and for me, she is carrying this expansion. So I'm all in on this villain. Hopefully Xenos gets better. I'm hoping to see a bit more. I feel like I feel like he could be such an absolute banger of a character. I just want to see him do more. I want to see more from him. But you know, we're very early in the expansion, so who knows what will come from here. Yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts. I mean, it's probably hard to tell me without giving spoilers away, but do you like Xenos? Will he grow on me? I don't know. Is it normal to not like him, or is that a controversial opinion? Yeah, I'd love to know. But for now, I'm all in on this villain. I really like these the dynamic of Yotsuyu and Name Day. And who needs a real villain in Stormblood when you've got primals to fight, right? So yeah, the first primal fight was pretty damn cool. Like I say, the dungeons and trials so far in Stormblood have been an absolute blast. And I played this on stream, so we ran this with like friends. It wasn't like a roulage. It was with friends. And even though I was a summoner, they let me try the sword thing, which apparently is supposed to be just for a tank. But they told me to have a go at it. And yeah, man, this trial. How do they do it? How Square Enix? How do you do it? How do you make these things so cool? The first time we did this was on Cruise Chaser. The first like action timed boss mechanic was on look at that tether, what a legend. Was on Cruise Chaser, and since then I've now learned you can use your keyboard. So I was smashing my keyboard here, and maybe you can hear the clickety clack of the keyboard. I don't know. But yeah, this was so cool. I honestly just don't know how it just keeps getting better. But yeah, this trial was a complete banger. I'm so excited to see you know, the raid and the alliance raids and more of the trials. I'm really excited. And there it is, complete. Yeah, anything going forward from here, if it keeps this level of hype, I'm ready. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been so cool. And I think that pretty much summarizes everything we've done. One thing I am working on is making a switch over for Stormblood from Summoner to Samurai. I kind of want to play this as a Samurai, so I've been leveling my Samurai, who is now ready to take over. He's now MSQ level, so I'm going to be playing as a Samurai going forward. I will share all of that in the next one. But that's pretty much where we are now. Kind of the Ruby Sea is coming to an end. We've unlocked swimming, deep diving, sea fishing, and all that cool stuff. Done a few dungeons, done the first trial, and ready to really push into the expansion now. I've also unlocked Heaven on High, but I haven't tried it yet, so that'll probably be in the next video as well. But yeah, that's everything, guys, I think. And then to give like a summary of how I'm feeling about Stormblood, because you're probably getting mixed emotions from these videos. That's where I am. Very mixed emotions about Stormblood. This summarizes it well. Characters like Alize and Gusetsu are phenomenal and written so well, and I want to see more of them. And then characters like Lise, I'm not feeling any attachment to, and I'm not really seeing the character development there. And it's the same with the villains. Things like Xenos, I'm finding him very dry. But then Yotsuyu, I think, is incredible. And it's the same with certain story elements. I thought Kugane was very slow and had a pacing issue. But then coming into the Ruby Sea was just amazing, and I've loved every minute of it.
Is it true?
So,
did you defeat him?
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Stormblood. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster of amazing, amazing. Hold on, what? And that's kind of how it's going. Overall, I'm really enjoying it. But there's definitely certain parts that are a little weaker. Whereas Heavenswood, I felt was like it put the pace up to it put the hype to 100 and it kept it there for the whole expansion. So the more of Stormblood I play, the more I'm enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to where it goes from here. I feel like, hopefully, I'm really hoping that a lot of the world building is behind us, and now we're going to start playing the expansion. So yeah, I'll let you know again how we're feeling in part 3. But overall, I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. Stormblood good, like it. A few things bothering me. Overall, really enjoying it. Alize is becoming quickly one of my favorite characters. Alphanor who? No, I'm joking. I really like Alphanor as well. But Alize, especially after doing Coils and then now seeing her in Stormblood, she's such a cool character. other than that, I won't drag this video out any longer. It's like 20 minutes long already. But thank you all so much for your support in the last video, and just in general, thank you so much. If you ever want to come along to the streams, I've seen a lot of people coming from YouTube into the live streams lately over on Twitch, so thank you so much. It's nice to see some new faces over there. I'll link Twitch down below. You are always welcome. We've been having some fun. We stream like 4 nights a week for like 5 hours, so you're more than welcome to join us over there if you want more content. Or just to chat in general. If you ever do just want to come and chat and you don't want to come to the streams, you're welcome to join the Discord. We've been having a good laugh in there as well. There's like 1,000 of us there. I'll link that down below as well. You can come tell me why I'm wrong about Lise and Xenos. But other than that, thank you so much. Thank you again. I will catch you. I've got some more videos planned for this week, a couple of little short videos, and then some like longer videos, and then we'll probably have like part 3 once I've played enough. Maybe it's normally like another week. Once I've played enough of the expansion to give you some more thoughts and opinions, and share more stories, I'll share that with you. So thank you so much in like a week. Yeah, thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.